Happy Diwali, everyone.
Happy Diwali.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
My name is Bulbul and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all for the 6th meeting of Bright Heart Toastmasters Club. Before we begin, let's play a quick rapid fire game. You will have 40 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. Pranjal is going to help me. Pranjal is going to help me start the timing. So let's start. What is the festival of lights called? Which goddess is commonly worshipped in? What is the popular sweet made during Diwali? Yeah. What do people use to light up their homes during Diwali? Nice. What is the name of the card often played during Diwali? Yes. Which demon king defeat is celebrated as a part of Diwali? In which Indian state Diwali is celebrated as the day when King Bali visit his kingdom? Kerala. Kerala, guys. What is the name of the intricate design made on the floor? Yes. What is the common tradition that signifies the victory of good over evil during Diwali? Lighting up the diyas and bursting the crackers. Good one. Fantastic, everyone. Let's keep the spark alive and light up the meeting just like Diwali. So what is Toastmasters and why we all are here? Toastmaster is a non-profit educational organization founded in 1924 by Ralph C. Smedley. Its headquarters is in Colorado and it has 270,000 members spread across 14,200 clubs in 148 countries. It helps us build confidence and public speaking in a supportive environment. Members here prepare and deliver speeches and answer to impromptu questions, give and receive constructive feedback, which helps them meet their communications goal in personal and professional career. Before we start today's meeting, let me state some ground rules which we follow in our club. First, be mindful about talking sex, religions, and politics. Please turn off the mobile phone or put them on silent mode. I'll give you 20 seconds to do that. Please do not cross-talk while speaker is speaking on the stage. Please enter and exit only during an applause. People who have joined online, please be on the video call and put it on the mute until you are asked to speak. People who are coming on the stage to speak, follow to do handshake or fist bump policy. With that, I would like to introduce the president of our club, who is the founder of our club and also the founder of Humble Bumble Book Club, which is the fastest growing book club in Bangalore. He's a software developer in JP Morgan and everyone knows his name is Akshay Abraham.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Happy Diwali. Everyone had a good weekend? Spent it with friends, loved ones, families. But the best part is yet to come. Why? Because now, on this Sunday, you get to spend it with the Bright Hearts. And when it comes to celebrating any festival, we got to celebrate it not in a festive way, not in a joyous way. We have to celebrate it in a right way. And the right way is the bright way. For those of you who are coming to Bright Hearts Toastmasters for the first time, Bright Hearts Toastmasters is one of many chapters of the Toastmasters fraternity here in Bangalore. We are here to create the best speakers, communicators, and leaders this country has seen. Even though we are 2 months old, if last week's area conference is any indication, Bright Hearts Toastmasters has already sealed itself as one of the premier clubs of Bangalore. Bright Hearts, can we all agree? Before I begin, I would like to have a few guests come onto the stage and briefly introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, how did you find out about Bright Hearts, and why you are here. So, sir, why don't you come up here and we'll start with you. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Good evening, Bright Hearts guys. Yes, I'm Tarun Joseph. I work as a weather analyst at an agri-tech company here in HSR Layout. We provide weather forecasts to farmers. In a previous life, I was associated with the same role, but I used to provide forecasts for solar farms and wind farms in renewable energy sector. How I got to know about Bright Hearts? Well, I had a faint idea of what Toastmasters look like because my dad used to participate in the strange club called Toastmasters, and I was curious about it, and I have attended one episode of Toastmasters at HSR Toastmasters Club about a couple of weeks back, and I found it to be very thoroughly entertaining and rewarding as well, and I look forward to meeting and getting to know each and every one of you and growing along this journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Tarun, did anyone catch what he did? What does he do? A weather analyst. That's crazy, right? Well, I am a weather analyst too, Tarun. And my forecast is you're going to have a sunny day ahead at Bright Hearts Toastmasters. I don't know why my finger is here. Can we have a couple more guests come on stage and introduce themselves? Yes, sir. Why don't you come up front? Hello.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Mishra. I am visiting this club for the first time. I am an IT professional. I came to know about this club when Akshay took one guest session for the HSR Toastmaster clubs and has been following him on Instagram. So from there I got to know about this club. Looking forward for a sunny and bright learning session. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Great to hear how you found the club through a session that I did, and here you are right now. I don't know, Bright Hearts, what do you think? Do you think Abhishek is going to become a Bright Heart soon? Yes. Do you think Tarun is going to become a Bright Heart soon? Yes. Lovely. On that note, please have a seat. And if there are any more guests, we will definitely interact with you during the break. But for now, let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day for today. And before that, hint, hint, wink, wink.
I don't have any.
And before that, let me declare meeting number 6 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters open. All right. Let me now introduce the Toastmaster of the day for meeting number 6. This man hails from Gujarat, and while everything seems fine on the outside, the truth is he suffers from a chronic disease. It's terminal. It's called smilositis. Because this man can only smile, whether in the face of joy, in the face of sadness, in the face of anger, in the face of storms. This man keeps on smiling, and he's not just an associate of Bright Hearts. He's not just a man from Gujarat, but he is the first runner-up of the Area I3 Table Topics Contest last weekend. With a sensational performance 6 days ago, and I guarantee you, he's going to give a sensational performance today as well. Give it up for our Toastmaster of the day, Neville Shah.
Diwali celebration or Diwali fiesta. Are you guys ready to have a fun-filled evening? Not just an evening filled with lights, colors and joy, but rather filled with laughter, games and musical evening. Are you guys ready? Yes! Louder! Are you guys ready? Yes! Yes. That's the loudest cheer I wanted to hear before I start this evening and all the fun we are about to go together. Diwali is 1 week where you have all the freedom to have the sweets morning, evening, always, and at night too. Nobody questions if you have it for breakfast, lunch or dinner. And me, being a Gujarati who savors on sweets, I have to control that urge. I open my fridge and see that box of Kaju Katri and my eyes lighten up with that savory water in my mind and I pick one Kaju Katri. Oh, this was yummy. Oh, one more. Can I have it? Oh, nobody's seeing me, right? Oh, let's have one more. How many of you do this too? Exactly. That's the festival of joy where we have so many sweets and we also grow our tummies. And when we go out dressed up in traditional dresses, we tuck that tummy in and be that bravo guy. Oh, I am the best here. The handsome and the cool guy. But what is that journey which Diwali brings us? So today the theme is reminisce and celebrate. So when I talk about reminisce, I'm going to take you through a journey of what is a part of a Diwali and what all goes into preparation, and then celebration will come when we play some games. Also there are props lying around on this table, so take your time during breaks, take selfies, enjoy your time here. I see Arna is already pointing the enjoy, if you can raise it for everyone. Yes, I just take a moment here, and in the meantime, I'm just going to distribute these cards to the left side and this to the right side while I set up my presentation. Have to do it again. Okay. So you all would have received this Diwali Fiesta cards. So during the break or in between the sessions, feel free to meet people around you and get their signatures on one box each. And at the end of the meeting, whoever completes the full bingo wins a special prize. Enjoy with these small cards and little gestures and get to know everyone and network around. And as we talked about, the Diwali is a festival of lights where we have from diyas to firecrackers. But what happens before any Diwali? Whenever we go home, our first thought is we rise up. We wake up, we want to brush our teeth, we want to freshen up. But our moms are standing with a stick in our hand for rise and clean. And you can't see Jethalal here with his gamcha and the banyan, and the Doctor Strange with thousands hands, as you would also help your mother cleaning the house. How many of you have done that? That makes one bingo box easy for you guys. Next up, and what we do with all this stuff lying around, especially the bachelors in the house, Anybody remembers the secret cupboard Monica had from Friends? It's a cupboard stuffed with all the goods you have in your house. You can't see this image. I apologize for that. It's that image where all the stuff, that's how I stuffed all my house things lying around and shoved it into one shelf. But what comes next? You go for buying crackers. And when you go for buying crackers, what's the most famous thing you like? So, rockets? Fountain? And what's the loudest thing? Bomb. And when you look at bombs, they have this unique image on it of a gorilla. And I was wondering, what do these gorillas signify? They are holding guns and also beating their chest. But all these crazy images just remind me of Godzilla as well as the loudest people in the house. Next up is the special guns from Mirzapur, where the kattas were the only famous things. But as kids, do you remember when you had those guns in your hand and you could roll up them and chichik, chichik, oh my rule is over, chichik, oh he's out, I killed him. That's the fun and joy. Just like the Olympic win, second runner, who just did one shot without any gear. And we also felt like that. Shh. That comes the crazy. But with all the high spirits, where we have the diyas and all, along with that, I come from a dry state, a Gujarat, where we don't have high spirits. But here in Karnataka and Bangalore, especially, you can get on high on spirits and reuse those bottles, mind me, for flying those rockets as well. But altogether, what brings us all of us together in this Diwali festival is our family and the time we spend with them, the quality moments we have with them. And today, as we celebrate Diwali, we just don't want to celebrate the right way, we want to celebrate it the Bright Hearts way, where we celebrate with all the Bright Hearts family and rejoice together. With that, I move to explaining you about the meeting. And when I talk about the meeting, today's meeting will consist of 3 sections. First is the prepared speech section, where multiple prepared speakers will come on the stage, and just like the diyas we light on Diwali days, they'll come here and share their stories to lighten up your life, as well as the humor which you crack jokes when you're with your family and you enjoy. They would also crack some jokes and lighten up the mood, just like the Festival of Lights. Second up, we have the table topic session, where the table topic master will come on the stage and light up your life just like the firecrackers. Just like those rockets you light up, he'll give you a topic and you'll have to come on the stage and speak on the spot for 1 to 2 minutes. And the third section, which is the most important section of a meeting, is the general evaluation section, where just like the old people in our house, the wisest men or women, the general evaluator of the day will give us wise feedback and constructive feedback which will help us grow and lighten up our journey on the Toastmasters route. So let's give it up for the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Rohit.
Thank you so much, Neville. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am Rohit and I will be serving as the general evaluator for today's meeting. My roles and responsibilities as part of this role is to evaluate the entire meeting right from the start till the finish. But this is not a one-man task. I have a team of speech evaluators as well as a team known as Taggle team who will support me in this evaluation journey. The speech evaluators will be introduced by the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neville, during the prepared speeches section, For now, I will go ahead and introduce my Taggle team. To start off with, I will like to invite the T of the team, the timer, Toastmaster Pragati, to lay down the objectives of this role.
Greetings, bright hearts. Happy Diwali to everyone. Great. So, as a timer, I will be evaluating the table topic speakers, the formal speeches, and evaluations. So, this Diwali, while speakers are setting the stage on fire and delivering their crackling speeches, and some may be illuminating us with their warm speeches, I will also be celebrating with you guys, with your speeches. So, to think about it, if you want to play it safe, right, you want to be environmentally friendly, I got you. If you want to be, if you want your speech to be a little more sparky, you want to play mischievous, I got you, sparklers. Okay? And if you want to be dangerous, all right, yeah, I got you too. I'll be firing up those rockets. Okay? So, with that, I'll be going into details of the speeches. For table topics, at 1 minute, I will be raising the green card. At 1 point 30 seconds, I'll be raising the yellow card. For 2 minutes, I'll be raising the red card. For those giving just the general speeches, 5 minutes, green card. At 6 minutes, I'll be raising the yellow card. 7 minutes, I'll be raising the red card. And for individual evaluations, 2 minutes, I'll be raising the green card. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll be raising the yellow card. 3 minutes, I'll be raising the red card. I'll be presenting my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pragati. Now it's time to invite the second role player of the team, who is called the R counter. For that, we have Toastmaster Pranjal.
Happy Diwali, everyone. Happy Diwali. So, just as Diwali cleanses all our homes and helps us bright them, today I, as our counter, my role is to glow your speeches. I'll be looking out for the CRPF votes. Now, what are CRPF? C stands for the crutch sounds and words like You can think them of as the endless shopping trips, unexpected trips. You might relate with me. Oh my God, Mom, we missed the mala for Ganeshji. We'll have to go to market again. You know, these trips, they are just the interruptions in our normal celebration. We just have to go to market and come back. So we'll try to avoid those. Then comes R. R for the repetitions. Now, you might be repeating words or phrases which are unnecessary, not adding any value or meaning to your speeches. You can think of them as like the repetitive striking of matchsticks to light up a diya. You only need a spark to just go on, but you are stuck in one place. So those are repetitions for you. You will try to avoid them. Then comes P for pauses. Pauses are valuable, I agree. But a long stretch can be a little bit awkward and annoying. So, you can think of them as the unexpected power cut. Right before we are about to start the Diwali celebration, the Diwali puja. You are about to start the puja and here comes the power cut. So a pause is good for effect, but let's try not to break our rhythm and glow our speeches. Then comes the filler words. Finally, the filler words. They might seem harmless to you. Well, they are, but excess of everything is wrong. You can think of them as the extra sweets everyone keeps offering you. But then again, too much sweets are not good for your teeth, and too much filler words are going to abrupt your flow. So I'll be here when called upon by the general evaluator. I'll be here to give you the report of your Diwali setbacks in your speeches, and we'll try to aim to keep our words bright and clear, and that our speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pranjal. Now it's time to invite the third role player, Toastmaster Ashwin, for the grammarian role.
Do you know what's the best part about Diwali? Any guesses? Sweets. Yeah, exactly, sweets. Because for an entire week, there is something delicious waiting for you every time I pass by the kitchen. Just as Diwali sweets are carefully crafted, so too are our words, which I'll be tasting today as the grammarian / chef. As you prepare a lot of Diwali sweets, most of them turn out great and some good, and then there are a few that might need a little extra touch, just like our vocabulary. Today, my job is to note those sweet words and those that might need a little bit of enhancements. Every Diwali, my mom and I used to sit down to prepare gulab jamuns. Yes, the OG sweet of Diwali. Well, she did most of the work. I rolled it into a ball. That counts. Yeah. And once it's done, I just throw one in as I walk by. Which brings us to the word of the day that is so sweet that you can throw one in into your speeches to make it more special. And the word is serenity, meaning the absence of mental stress or anxiety. Usage can be a sense of serenity filled the home as the lamps were lit. I encourage you all to use as many gulab jamuns as possible or our word of the day to enhance your speeches. I'll share those delicious language moments and those that need a little bit of attention when called upon by the head chef. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashwin. Now it's time to introduce the final role player of the team, who is called as the listener, and for that we have Toastmaster Arna.
So, Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali. The whole holiday is usually filled with serenity, as you're surrounded by family, friends, and joyous moments. But there is one point that's my favorite, because you get to win. Playing Teen Patti. Today, my role in the meeting would be to ensure that you pay attention, that you give the due credit to the speakers that light the stage on fire, and I will be rewarding you with a special surprise that will wait till the end. Handing over back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Arna. That's all from me and my team, and we will be back towards the end of the meeting with our report. For now, I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neville.
So while we all have lighted up our meeting and the general evaluator and his team has told us how They will give us their feedback at the end of the meeting. Let's get started with the prepared speech section. And for that, let's start with lighting up the diyas and calling up the first evaluator for the day. She is someone who, when I asked her what's her favorite moment of the Diwali, she said the coconut laddus her mom makes for her. And that was such a sweet gesture, had the motherly love which she brings to the club as well, with being the queen of bright hearts. Let's call up on stage Arundhati Basu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Neville. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The speaker today is attempting the second project from the first level of Pathway. The purpose of this speech is to deliver a speech with a purpose to the audience. It should have a basic structure of script writing and convey the purpose for which the speaker wishes to deliver the speech. Timer, kindly note, time is 5 to 7 minutes for the speech. I wish the speaker all the very best, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
The first speaker of the day, when I asked her what's her favorite sweet in this Diwali festival, she said her favorite sweet is laddus, bundi chur laddus. I love those bundi laddus whenever I go for Ganpati celebrations and just serve them. It's like a delight for and a treasure. So let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Soumya.
Hi, how are you?
Toastmaster Soumya, a cause I am truly passionate about. Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and our wonderful guest. My name is Soumya and today I'll be presenting speech number 2. This speech is really special to me because today I'm going to share with you a cause I'm passionate about. Me and my family, back at my native place, we run a small NGO dedicated to stray animals. Today, we have 15 stray cats and dogs for whom we take care of their dietary and health needs. Growing up, I always felt a special bond with the animals. At my house, there is always this joyful chaos because of our pets. Each one of them have their own quirks and personality. I believe there are a lot of beautiful qualities that we can learn from animals, such as unconditional love, patience, trust, and most important, loyalty. It all started one day. I was coming back after a long day. It was raining heavily. When I was walking down the road with my umbrella, I saw something weird and unmoving near the road. At first glance, I ignored and I walked past. But something triggered in me. I came back and I thought I'll check what's there. Under the pile of leaves, I saw a small puppy. His tiny little eyes were sparkling in the dark. As I moved little closer, I saw the poor little puppy. He was drenched to the bone, hurt and injured. I felt as if he was pleading me, please save me. I couldn't resist myself. I scooped him, wrapped him under my jacket and rushed to the nearest hospital. Over the next days, I started to look after him. He was a true fighter. He underwent multiple surgeries, but he showed resilience throughout. Slowly and steadily, he was coming back to life. I remember once I was visiting him at the hospital, his tiny little tail wagged at me. I felt a sense of purpose on that day. I felt as if he knew that I was the person who saved him. He showed his gratitude by snuggling around my arms, finding that comfort and trust in me. I took a moment and thought, there are countless stray animals out there who are abandoned, hurt, who needs our support and help. That day, something profound ignited in me. Growing up, me and my sister, we always had this emotional bond with animals. However, when it comes to my mother, she was not extremely passionate about them. She had a very general sense of care, but that's about it. Until one day, everything got changed. My exams were around the corner, so I knew that for the next 7 days, I'm going to be very busy. We got the dog back from the hospital to our house, but he was still in the recovery phase. I pleaded, requested, literally begged, please, you have to take care of him. My mother, she was hesitant initially, but eventually she agreed. Over the next days, she was beside him 24/7. She was feeding him, nursing him, and taking care of his medicines. I could see a bond that was forming in between them. That particular incident was a transformative journey for my mother, and the transformation was lasting. She developed a sense of empathy on that day. I believe the overall experience was a catalyst for our family to start an NGO for stray animals. Today, that little dog, he is leading a healthy and beautiful life. He is a true inspiration for all of us. I love him. As I stand here and share my story with all of you, I'd like to say that it brings me immense happiness and pride that we are bringing at least small but meaningful changes to the society. I am grateful for each and every day because I'm able to share this passion with my family. As I stand here and conclude my speech, I'd like to request each and everybody, in whatever capacity you can extend your help and support, please guys go ahead and do that. Together, we can make a better world for our stray animals. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Soumya, what a heartfelt and serene hug that sweet speech was. It really touched our hearts and invigorated us to also care for animals in this Diwali season. And for the next speaker, I would like to call upon the stage his evaluator, who said, when I asked her what's her favorite speech, she said, it's a tie between Son Papdi and Kaju Katri. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Haripriya.
Good evening. Good evening. So today I will be evaluating Toastmaster Vishnu, who will be giving a speech, whose project is writing a speech with a purpose. And the purpose of this project is for him to learn or review the basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note that the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish my speaker all the very best.
When I asked my next speaker what's his favorite sweet dish, he told me he has 500 grams of Kaju Pinni during the festive season. And I was so jealous. How is he able to stay so fit even after having so much sweets? So let's give it up for the next speaker, Toastmaster Vishnu. Toastmaster Vishnu, hello from Navid. Hello from Navid. Toastmaster Vishnu.
Thank you. anyone in this room has never traveled in an auto in Bangalore? Anyone? No. You have not traveled in an auto in Bangalore? Yeah. I'm sure your rides must be pleasant or unpleasant. Unpleasant because of that loud conversation which the auto driver will be having with his headset through that unknown person, which is always a mystery for all of us. Otherwise, it is unpleasant while we are enjoying that ride with that wind blowing on our face and the driver spitting his pan outside onto the road, and we are forced to experience the taste of the pan. Bright Hearts, Toastmasters, dear guest, good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
Today, let me take you through a ride. One day, I was coming out of my office after a hectic day, and I wanted to find serenity back at my home. I was headed back to home and then tried to book a cab. Took my phone, I tried booking Uber, got an auto. They cancelled it. Now, I tried an Ola. They cancelled it. Now, I tried in Rapido. They didn't cancel it. At that time, I realized I got my auto confirmed. There comes the Rapido captain, Naveed Mohammed, arrived at the location. First of all, I was really surprised because he was smiling at me. And I was looking, is he really smiling at me or someone else? No, he was smiling at me. The ride began and he started talking. He said hello. As usual, I thought he was talking to that unknown person over his headset. That was a time when I thought like, is there all these auto drivers having a common girlfriend who is available 24/7 to talk to them? Suddenly, I realized that Naveed was not having a headset in his ear or pan in his mouth. He was talking to me through that rear view mirror. He initiated that conversation. And we talked about a lot of things. And as we spoke, we talked about the place he was staying, why he had to stop his education at the age of class of 4. And then he talked about his interest in learning different languages. By the way, he was talking to me in English. The ride continued. Signal turned red. Naveed stopped that traffic signal. And then he continued talking to me through that rear view mirror. He asked me to observe the people around us while we are in traffic, to observe the cars, cabs, and especially he asked me to look those people who are inside those. As I observed, I looked around, and as I observed, I understood that the people inside the same car are not talking to each other. Some are on their phones, some look frustrated, some look tensed, some didn't have any expression. Expressionless. And then Naveed continued talking to me. He was saying, "Sir, did you see? They don't talk at all. They forgot to talk. They are all tensed." That was his thought. And that is when he shared this thought with me. That is why he wanted to be different every time. He wanted to converse with anybody who meets on a day. He shared me with a thought with me which really struck me. He wanted to play rock, paper, scissors when he is stuck at traffic signal, especially at Silkboard Junction, with the people who is on the other side. Then I thought, that's a nice idea, which will bring smile on people's faces and then enjoy that moment. Signal turned green. Ride continued and we reached that destination. As I got off from that auto, again, Naveed said, "Sir, thank you. Bye. We'll meet again." That was so nice, leaving me with a memorable Naveed ride. inspired by Naveed, whenever I get into a cab, I make sure that I talk to those people, smile them, greet them, and then initiate a conversation. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't because they are talking to that girlfriend or chewing that pan. When it works, it leaves us with a memorable, joyful ride. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, it all started with that one hello from Naveed. I know we are having busy days. Sometimes we forget to connect with people and enjoy those moments. What I would like to say is, whenever we get opportunity, let's make attempts to connect with people and then enjoy those moments. Bright Hearts, Toastmasters, dear guest, how about saying a hello? How about greeting them? How about initiating a conversation when you are on your next ride? Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. You reminded me of this song, Hello from the Other Side. Yeah, my voice is not that great for singing a song. Yeah, thank you. But the warm gesture of a hello can touch so many lives. And every time you sit in a cab or auto, next time, let's all say a hello to the other person. Knock those doors. If they open, they open. Otherwise, it wasn't for you at all. So let's go on to the next speaker. Before that, I'll call on upon the stage is the next evaluator. He is someone who doesn't celebrate Diwali, but he likes to spend time with his family during the festive season. That's the essence of Diwali, and that's the kindest gesture we can have of spending time with our family. So let's give it a big round of applause for Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you, Neville. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
It's my pleasure to introduce our third speaker, Sampreet Wari. Sampreet is currently progressing on the presentation mastery path at level 1. Today he will be presenting a speech from the project Writing a Speech with a Purpose. His speech titled Perfect Moment is set to captivate us with thoughtful storytelling and purpose, showcasing his skill in structuring a clear and impactful speech. Sampreet, with guidance from his mentor Arundhati, has crafted a 5 to 7 minute speech that will surely leave us with meaningful reflections. So, without further ado, I'll hand it back to Toastmaster to welcome Sampreet to the stage.
Our next speaker is someone who enjoys spending time with his dad during Diwali season and buying firecrackers. This was a special memory for me as well, as I resonated with him. And let's call upon the next speaker, Toastmaster Sampreet. Toastmaster Sampreet, the perfect moment, Toastmaster Sampreet.
How many of you ever waited for a perfect moment to act on? Maybe you have waited for all the things to align before taking a leap. How many of you ever did that? Yeah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let me tell you a story that begins with my muscle up journey. For anybody who does not know what a muscle up is, it is basically a calisthenic exercise similar to a pull up. Basically, it is a next progression of a pull up. Basically, in a pull up, you have to bring your chin above the pull up bar to complete that exercise. Whereas in muscle up, you have to go all the way till your upper body is above the pull-up rod. So that is what a muscle up is. So I wanted to get this exercise. At that time I was able to do 15 pull-ups. So I thought, okay, it is a easy exercise to master for me. But later I found out that in my training I have to develop a lot of strength to complete that exercise, especially in my joints. When I'm doing that exercise, I felt a lot of pain in my elbows and all, and I also have to improve on my technique to complete that exercise. So I was training every alternate day, one day for resting that muscle, and the next day I used to train. I used to train that exercise in the gym, at my house, in parks, everywhere. I was obsessed with getting that exercise. So after 3 months of complete training, I was able to do a muscle up. Later, after a few days, I was able to do 3 muscle ups in a row, in a set. So I thought, and now I can do 8 muscle ups in a set. This is truth, I am not boasting. I can do 8 muscle ups, okay? I just wanted to tell. The achievement is unlocked, right? So I thought this is a good story. You're thinking like everything is okay. But this story is not really about muscle up, pull-ups, muscles, the training, the hard work. No, it is not about that. This story is about a girl. So I met this girl in the gym, okay? As soon as I saw her, I felt an instant connection with her. I really wanted to talk to her. So I gathered all the serenity present inside me, and gathered all the courage, and I started a conversation. Then later we became friends in the gym only. But I wanted to hang out with her outside the gym as well. So that's when I got a brilliant idea. I will learn muscle up. I thought that is a unique way to impress her. Everyone in my gym were able to lift weights and doing all these kind of things, but I wanted to be unique. Okay, no one in my gym were able to do muscle up, so I'll do that, and by this she will get impressed, and that is the good way to carry on with the next step. So once I got confidence that I could able to do muscle ups, I wanted to do that exercise in front of her. I noticed she is around. Okay, now this is the correct time I have to come do this exercise, and I did. She noticed, and she also appreciated that. She also acknowledged what I did. I felt she is also impressed. So after completing this, I got enough confidence. So I wanted to. I have started to talk to her even more often. Later we hang out outside the gym as well. So at least I could take to that next step. But later when I got to know her, got to know about her more, then I found out that, then I expressed my feelings to her, okay. I told her, yeah, this is what I'm feeling. And after that she said, she's seeing someone else, and so here what happened is, so later I found out that this guy and that girl were acquainted when I was training for this muscle up. They got close when I'm practicing like a madman to impress that girl. So right then I have learned that there is no perfect moment or anything to act, like you have to achieve something to do any things. Like there is no such thing. If you want to do anything, if you want to start anything, just make sure that you do it right now. Even though it will be difficult, I believe that right now is the perfect moment to do any of your activities that you want to do. Don't wait for all the things to align and then go for it. Just act on the present. Yeah, thank you.
Toastmaster Sampreet, you inspired me to muscle up too. With my broken leg, I definitely need to muscle up so that I can walk around. But definitely an inspiring story, and we all should live in the moment and get inspired to do whatever we want in this present moment. So, given the constraints of time, I will skip the celebrations and we will move to the voting, and we will take a short break. But before that, I would request all of you to take up your phones and type in bit.ly/DHTM VOTE1 to vote for the best speaker for the day. I repeat the link, bit.ly/DHTM VOTE vote 1. And while we are all on the break, you can always look at the dieting mode off, or Happy Diwali, or the patakas in the house can use this. And we have special glasses for those who don't have glasses. Please feel free to use the props and take selfies. And always tag Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Do you have enough votes? Okay.
Has everyone got the URL? Anyone needs it? bit.ly/.
Guys, there was some glitch, now it's resolved. So, quickly vote. Yeah. Just like the rocket, you light it up and you go away, but it's not little. So guys, come on fast, we can't wait. You have to light it up again faster.
Let's give it 60 more seconds, everyone.
And don't forget to fill in the bingos, network, and talk to everyone over here, especially the guests. It's the best time to know the Bright Hearts family. Two more to go, come on. The countdown is fast. Four more to go, guys. Come on. 4 more laddus. Gulab jamuns too. Oh yeah.
Everyone, please sit down for a moment. Break hasn't started yet. Sit down.
I understand you're waiting for those firecrackers to burst, but just few more seconds and Yes, we have got the green signal. You all can go enjoy the break. For all of you, we had an amazing reminiscence and we skipped the celebration. But as we progress through the meeting and through our lives, Akshay introduced me with one disease, smilopsila or phobia, smilescence, as Sarthak rightly pointed out. Where does that come from? There was a time when I had gone a trek during the month of October. While I was trekking down, I was passing through a village and I spotted this sweet kid. He was in his own world, riding this cow around, and I was just I had my DSLR in my hand and I was rushing down, which I can't do right now, and taking photos in a burst mode. And I clicked 6 photos, and which I'll just share 4 photos today, and we'll move to the next segment. Before that, you see this kid was in his own world. The surrounding was serene and peaceful. He was enjoying his own present moment. And when he spotted me, he gave me a smile and a gift, a stone which was in his hand, and he offered it to me. Though I passed through that moment, I wasn't in that moment, but my camera captured this photo. That kid with a bright smile and a stone was the only thing he had to offer. That small gesture touched me when I look back at those photos. At this Diwali, I want to give you all this gift, that we saw a hello. We saw a speech where somebody said we should live in the moment. And we saw a speech where we were invigorated to care for pets and animals. And today I leave you all with this smile, that whatever you have, whatever it be, a little, a smile, a hello, give it, because that can lighten up anybody's day, anybody's life. And in the moment, you will also feel a warmth in your own hearts, just like this Diwali season and this Diwali fiesta. And with that, let's move on to the sparkling section. And before that, I call upon the next speaker. I have this video which I had kept for a musical event, but this guy likes ghee laddus. And this was a perfect, accidentally, I have this video which depicts the whole scene of this kid loving those laddus and enjoying, where his one grandmother snatches it away, but the other gives him back. With that, I call upon stage our very own, our sweet little kid, Toastmaster Sarthak.
Thanks for the introduction, Neville. Good evening, everyone, and for those who are celebrating Happy Diwali. It's time for table topics, the most exciting part of today's meeting. And for those who are new, let me introduce you to what table topics is. Table topics is where I'll be calling random people from the crowd and giving you a surprise topic. And you'll have to speak on that topic for a minute or two to qualify for it. So there are timing rules for it, which is if you speak for at least a minute, your speech is qualified, and the timer will tell you, will give you will stop you at certain times to let you know that you have reached the time limit. So when you have finished with 1 minute, you have qualified, it's a green card. When it's at 1 minute and 30 seconds, it will be a yellow card. And when you are crossing 2 minutes, it will show you a red card. You'll also have 30 seconds after the red card is shown to wrap up your speech as well. So why do we do table topics? Unlike prepared speeches, all our conversations in life won't be prepared. You'll have to think on your feet and be confident while doing that. And that's what table topics prepares you to do. So in light of today's themes, you get to choose your topics. I have a lot of Shagun ke lifafas as those with Diwali here. So each Shagun ke lifafa has few treats inside and the topic of your choice. So you get to choose your treat and your topic, right? So to begin with, I'll call upon the first would be a Bright Arts Toastmaster to set the stage. Anna? Sure, why not? You can choose from Siddharth. Siddharth, please. You will choose your topic. Open in.
You have the power to start a new tradition for Diwali which other people will follow. What would you choose and why?
I just read it aloud. So Siddharth's topic is you have the power to start a new tradition for Diwali which other people will have to follow. What would you choose and why?
Can I take it?
Sure.
So let's talk about all the tradition that exist out there for Diwali. Giving sweets out to relatives, bursting firecrackers, wearing new clothes, going to relatives. What else? What other traditions we have for Diwali? That is one. And you get together with friends. You sit and basically what you try to do is build memories. So what I'd like to do is start a new tradition for Diwali is invent a firecracker without noise. Okay, so if I can find a firecracker without noise but it still sparkles, it still gives out light, that would be a very good tradition to have, because what I see is lot of animals who are out there, they get troubled, birds, dogs, so all of them have very huge amount of trouble. So what I do is invent a new type of firecracker that just gives out light and you can celebrate and still be happy. Thank you.
That's a really nice idea, a firecracker without smoke. Moving on, who would want to volunteer for the next topic? Yes. Guests, please. Someone among the guests. Please. You can choose from here. I'll just lay it out on the table. Abhishek. You know, open your envelope.
Okay. Imagine you are a movie director. Tell us about the movie you are releasing next Diwali.
I have a hint as well. What kind of a movie or what will be next? I read the topic out. Give me the view.
What kind of movie and what will the actors be doing?
Yeah. So Abhishek and his topic is imagine you are a movie director. Tell us about the movie you will be releasing next Diwali. It's
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So I am a movie director, just like Shivas Ghai. So I will be making a movie for next Diwali, which is called Diwali Dilwalo Ki.
Oh,
right. In this, we will have a hero, and he will be a cook. Okay. He will be cooking tasty food. Okay. And we will have a heroine. She will help the hero to get all the material, right? They will cook good food and deliver this food to the needful people, so that no one should sleep hungry on the night of Diwali and else, so that we can have this movie can spread the message of helping other, so that we can have serenity in everyone's life. So I hope you like the movie cast and screenplay. So looking forward for you guys to see Diwali Dilwalo Ki.
Thank you, Abhishek. We'll definitely be watching Diwali Dilwalo ki next Diwali. All right. Next speaker, someone from the Toastmasters fraternity who would like to volunteer. Stay up. Please come on stage. Should I choose the topic?
Yeah.
So Sneha's topic is, imagine you are a diya. Tell us about your life on the day of Diwali.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters. I hope this doesn't mean Diya Mirza. But if I was a Diya on Diwali day, I think I would find it a special day to actually do what my purpose in life is. I would be radiating with joy, with warmth. I would be bringing families together, and I would make sure that I would light up homes, bring happiness and prosperity wherever I go. And there would never be darkness wherever I go, wherever I prevail. So I would make sure, if I was a diya, that I was present in every nook and corner of all those celebrating, and maybe who have the intent of celebrating. Maybe they, maybe by religion they don't really need to celebrate, but who wish to, partake in this wonderful festival. I wish I would be present in all of these places, and I would make everyone's lives all that much more fulfilling and happy. And as a diya, I would also make sure that I would not come near children because they could be harmed. But I think as a diya, my biggest responsibility would be to light up people's lives, which I will be doing with my utmost willingness. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sneha. The next speaker, someone from the guests who would like to volunteer. Please. Yeah, you can choose one. Your name?
Ganesh.
Ganesh. Please open. Tell us about how you spend this Diwali. Ganesh, and Ganesh's topic is, tell us how you spent this Diwali.
Hi everyone, my name is Ganesh, and pretty simple topic for me, how I spend this Diwali. I'm sure most of us celebrated Diwali with friends, with family, or even by ourselves. And this time I had the opportunity to go home, originally from Tamil Nadu, so I went there and I had to wake up early on Diwali because of the firecrackers curfew. I hate waking up early in the mornings, but I did, and that was the first part of Diwali. But the prelude to Diwali was a little bit of shopping with my family. We went there, got food, bowls, sweets. And the second part of Diwali was obviously a well-needed nap. I really need to sleep off for 3-4 hours. So I have the privilege of afternoon naps only when I'm home. Otherwise, I try to work it up. And the second, the finale of Diwali was the evening crackers and the fireworks. I really love the night display, the lights. The sounds are okay to me, I don't mind. And there are some fancy shots, right, which if you light them up, they go on burst multiple times with multiple colors. So really colorful. That is Diwali, family time, that is Diwali. Yeah, ceremony, right? So that was my Diwali. I hope you all had a wonderful Diwali. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ganesh. Seems like you had a fun Diwali. So the last table topic for today, who would like to volunteer? Roll takers. Yeah, roll takers come second priority. Anyone in the crowd? Please, please. Easy topic. You can choose an easy topic. choose it up, right? Yeah. The name?
Sorry. Topic is only one type of firecracker in this Diwali. What would it be? Firecracker. And why is it your favorite? Okay.
Tarun and his topic is, if you can burst only one type of firecracker this Diwali, what would it be?
Good evening, Bright Hearts.
Good evening.
I'm Tarun. Apparently, I'm the one who missed a memo on incorporating serenity in today's dress code. So my topic for the day is, if you can burst only one type of cracker this Diwali, which one would that be? I would probably burst a kind of firecracker which the typical ones, after they burst, they send people chasing, animals chasing away from you. But if there's one type of firecracker that will bring people closer together, I would probably use that. It may or may not have this earth-shattering sound associated with it, like most firecrackers do. But if it brings people together, if it spreads colors into our lives that are mostly grayscale, if it helps people to shake hands with their neighbors whom they haven't talked to in a while, I'll probably burst that one, even though it might force them out of their comfort zone and bring them, maybe rather force them to have a conversation with each other, just like when we do when our Wi-Fi is down. So, the favorite cracker, and why is it my favorite cracker? Because I think we get siloed out in most of our lives, in our busy schedules, failing to acknowledge what's right in front of us or becoming blind to it. And occasions like Diwali or firecrackers for that matter, bursting one, would help us to come out of our comfort zone and maybe get to know us or each other in a better way. So that's all for today. Thank you, Bright Hearts.
I think you just spoke about laddus and son papris, bringing people closer and fostering conversations. But with that, we end today's table topic session, and I'll hand over the stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rohit.
Thank you so much, Sarthak. Now it's time for the final segment of today's meeting, which is the general evaluation. I will start off with the speech evaluations first. For that, I would like to call upon the evaluators one by one. Let's start off with evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Arundhati, to evaluate Toastmaster Soumya.
If there's a little you can do, then do that much, and it will make a lot of difference to our stray animals. A serene yet such a powerful message. Good evening, Bright Hearts and Toastmasters Soumya. Toastmaster Soumya, your message was from the heart and very reflective of the cause that you're so passionate about. Starting off with what stood out for me in your speech today. Firstly, meeting the speech objective. The objective of your project today was to deliver a speech with purpose, and the purpose that let's all try to make a small difference to that community of stray animals was loud and clear. So very well done on meeting the objective. What also stood out for me was you had a personal story. The minute you started talking about the heavy rains and you noticing that small puppy, we could all see Soumya and the small puppy. So it was very relatable because it was your own story, you brought in your family and how the NGO came about, and finally what you're doing today. Very well done there. What also stood out for me a little bit was your choice of language today, Toastmaster Soumya. Very well written, starting from joyful chaos to sparkling eyes to drenched to the bone. I felt there was great usage of the language to narrate your story and make it visible for all of us because of your imaginary words that you use that created imagination. Now, like every story, there could be a little more that we can do to take it to the next level. So here are my recommendations within the remit of your objective of today's speech. Starting off with the content of the speech. While I loved your personal story and how you made a difference to that little puppy, I'd like to know a little more about the impact that you and your family are creating through that NGO that you have created, because you mentioned there are 15 animals. How are you changing their lives? That would have hit the message much more louder to the audience, because people could have witnessed the difference that an act of kindness can do. So you can bring in the impact into your content. Next is the structure. While your speech was from the heart, a few things from my end. When you started off by saying, today my family and I run an NGO that caters to so many animals. A lot of us already knew what you're going to say. So to keep the audience gripping, I'd have loved to see your speech starting with, it was one evening, it was raining heavily, and I came across the sparkling ice at the corner of the street. Tell your story and then go about saying, that little puppy has today saved the lives of 15 animals that we run through our NGO, right? Or your mother's story for that matter. You said, my mother is not that kind. How about starting off the other way? Tell the transformation and then say, this was a lady who at one time didn't really feel so passionate, right? And a very few minor ones is instead of saying, I am Soumya, today I'm going to tell you about a cause I'm passionate about. How about just get started? We all know you're Soumya. So let's get started and move on. In summary, Toastmaster Soumya, I'd say a lovely speech from the heart. You met your objective. It was a personal story, beautiful usage of language. If you could work a little bit on enhancing your content, structuring it, and doing minor edits to your opening, I am looking forward to many more speeches from you. Thank you, and back to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Arundhati. To evaluate the second speaker, Toastmaster Vishnu, we have Toastmaster Haripriya to deliver the evaluation. Come on, guys.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And a special good evening to my target speaker. Toastmaster Vishnu, today you encouraged us all to go out and socialize with people. Fun fact, earlier today Toastmaster Akshay asked me to go make a friend and I said no, right? That's a normal thing for me, by the way. There are quite a few things I really liked about your speech today. Starting with the way you hooked us in, talking about the experience we go through on a daily basis with the auto drivers. It's something that we all go through, and the visualization and the characterization that you brought in. Like, for example, he spit the pan and we feel the taste of it. The audience reaction to that was immediate, right? So that was the kind of relatability and visualization you got into the speech. That was number one. Then the second thing that I really liked, I also want to mention that it was a very apt choice of example, right? Again, it's an experience that we've all gone through, so it's a very apt example for the point that you were making. Then the second thing that I really liked was your characterization of Naveed himself. It wasn't just that, oh, he was like this, he was like that. You brought in that contrast between other auto drivers versus Naveed, where he didn't have the earphones in his ears and he wasn't talking to anyone else. Or when you imitated his voice. Sir, do you see they don't talk to each other? It kind of gave us a very, very good idea of who Naveed was as a person, right? So that was very well done. Now, there were a few things that I would have liked to have seen in your speech. Starting with your conclusion. You had a very good call to action, which is to say, talk to people, go socialize with them and everything. But what would have made that more effective is explaining why that is necessary. right? If you could have said, okay, there are so many things that you can gain out of talking to people. You can learn new things. You can have a great support system, or, you know, have someone to celebrate Diwali with. That would have made it more impactful. And who knows, next time Akshay asks me to go find friends, I'll say yes, right? Because that's the impact your speech needs to have. Now, the other thing that I felt you could improve on is, again, with your conclusion, where you can also learn to generalize it a bit, right? Instead of saying just to talk to auto drivers, you can give examples outside of auto drivers. Maybe in your office, maybe in Toastmasters itself, or wherever else that people go to. So that could be your second point. Then the last point for me was your pacing and pausing. I felt like there was so much going on during your entire speech, but there was no break anywhere for me to absorb everything that was going on, every interaction that you were having with the auto driver. So for example, when you said, oh, the auto driver stopped at the right, and he said, look around. I looked around, saw a car, there were people in it, people were talking phones. You can pause that, pace it just a bit, right? So you can say, oh, we suddenly stopped at a signal. And then the auto driver asked me to take a look around. And I did. I saw a car over there. It looked like there were 4 people inside, 2 of whom were on their phones. One was looking tensed, one was looking frustration. It gives us time to process everything that you're saying. So to summarize, if you could just improve a bit on your conclusion and your pacing and pausing with your apt character examples and your very good characterization, you have a really good speech on that. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Haripriya. Now it's time to call upon the final evaluator to evaluate Toastmaster Sampreet. We have Toastmaster Jitin.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today I had a pleasure to listening to Sampreet's speech titled Perfect Moment, delivered as part of his presentation mastery pathway. The speech had a blend of humor, personal experience, and meaningful lessons. Let me highlight 2 key strengths and 2 areas of improvement. Strength 1, engaging opening and storytelling. Sampreet, your speech began with a question, a captivating question. How many of you have waited for the perfect moment? This immediately caught the audience's attention and set the tone for your narrative. Your storytelling was compelling, taking us from your determination to master a muscular pull-up to the unexpected twist involving the girl at the gym. This journey was relatable and kept us engaged as we followed your experience and emotions. Strength 2, relatable and inspiring message. The conclusion of your speech, emphasizing that there is no perfect moment to start, act on the present, was powerful and resonated with everyone. This takeaway provided an inspiring and thought-provoking end to your story, driving home the value of seizing opportunities in life. Your ability to tie personal events to a broader life lesson was a strong point that made the speech impactful. Now for 2 areas of improvement. Improvement 1, usage of stage. To elevate your speech, consider making better use of the stage. Moving with the purpose can emphasize different part of your story and engage the audience more effectively. For example, moving to different spot as you narrate your experiences at gym, at home, or at the park would add dynamic visual element and help the audience follow along with your story's progression. Improvement number 2, incorporating more humor and facial expression. While the content had humorous moments, adding more expressive facial expression
could amplify the comedic impact. When recounting the twist of the story, the girl revealing she was interested in someone else, using more exaggerated expression, could heighten the humor and emotional connection. This would add more liveliness to the delivery and make the audience react more strongly to the punchlines of twist. In conclusion, Sampreet, your speech perfect moment was an engaging blend of storytelling and a valuable lessons to take home. By incorporating more purposeful stage movement and enhancing your facial expression and usage of humor, you can make your delivery even more captivating. I look forward to see more impactful speeches like this, and thank you, and back to General Evaluator Rohit.
Thank you, Jitin. Now it's time to move on to the Taggle report. So let me welcome Toastmaster Pragati to read out the timer report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit. So, what a great celebration today, right? Let me start with the really good news. Everybody wants to play a safe Diwali, and nobody is disqualified. Great job on that. Let's give a big round of applause. So I'll be narrating, giving out the time taken by each role player. SAA Bulbul 3 minutes 30 seconds, Akshay 6 minutes 58 seconds, Neville 7 minutes 36 seconds, Rohit 4 minutes 12 seconds, Soumya 5 minutes 1.5 seconds, Vishnu 6 minutes 5 seconds, Sampreet 5 minutes 32 seconds, Arundhati 3 minutes 30 seconds, Jatin 3 minutes 45 seconds, Haripriya 3 minutes 22 seconds, Sarthak 1 minute 4.5 seconds, Siddharth 1 minute 4 seconds, Abhishek 1 minute 9 seconds, Sneha 1 minute 26 seconds, Ganesh 1 minute 23 seconds, Arun 1 minute 5 seconds. That's it for today. So congratulations everybody.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pragati, for the timer report. Now it's time to introduce Toastmaster Pranjal to read out the R counter report.
Hello everyone. Is it me too engrossed in enjoying the celebrations we are having here, or you guys are so good that despite me trying so hard to find the problems, which I am very good at, but I couldn't? It must be the latter. I can proudly say that we Bright Hearts are completely living up to our name and shining the brightest. So now coming to the specifics. First was Sergeant at Arms Bulbul. Bulbul, you used few R's and ums while trying to catch the next word during the rapid fire round, but overall you conducted a very great session. There were few pauses, not that dramatic, but few while informing the meeting rules. Then comes President Akshay. You had a consistent flow with such clarity and precision and no setbacks at all. Then TMOD Neville. You were as smooth as the butter knife sliding on the butter. But halfway down the road, I did catch some ahs, pauses when you were trying to gather your thoughts. Maybe you can try to be consistent during the speech. That will be my feedback. Then General Evaluator Rohit. Right example set by our General Evaluator. As smooth as he conducted the evaluation segment, his delivery was very powerful. There were no ahs and ums I could take. The clarity of thoughts were great, and it was a smooth delivery. Speaker 1, Soumya. You were flawless and well prepared. No hiccups, no setbacks, no feedback. Vishnu, such strong delivery and so impactful. I was very involved. I forgot to even write. But there were few repetitive words, just minor fumbles, so you can work on that, but perfect use of pauses. Sampreet, you have such great clarity to express your thoughts, but as I said, I'm great at picking things up. You tend to use a lot of hours when explaining your thoughts. You can focus on taking some pause to gather your thoughts and then go on delivering. Coming on to the evaluator's report, Arundhati, distinguished Toastmaster for a reason. Even if I take this as a challenge to find the setbacks, I couldn't. So I accept my defeat proudly. There were no hiccups. Sai Haripriya, well, your delivery was so impactful, I couldn't take my eyes off. But this is just me nitpicking. I found a couple of ums and right at the end of this sentences. So maybe you can work on that. Jitin, you had a great pace, but I did find a few ahs and ums, and there were a lot of pauses that can be better because I just felt it's a little bit stretched. Sarthak, Table Topics Master, you were great. I couldn't find anything and the whole session was very smooth. Table Topic Speaker 1, Siddharth, there were few ahs and ums. You started and could have taken some time, you just started right away. So map your thoughts to avoid crutch words. Mainly the crutch words is the feedback. Abhishek, you used right and okay couple of times. So maybe just avoid the validation and you can work on that. Sneha, your speech was very clear and nicely formulated. There were few repetitive words, but there were no crutch words. Ganesh, at the end you used repetitive words a lot. This is Diwali a couple of times. There were few ahs and ums. So you can work on that, but very well, like a calm, composed demeanor. So great job. Tarun, you did not have any crutch words. You were very calm, your pace was nice. But I just felt there were a lot of abrupt pauses. You can work on that when you were deciding what to say next. That is it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranja, for the R-Counter report. Now it's time to introduce the grammarian to read out the grammarian report.
Thank you, head chef. As the Diwali chef, I had the pleasure of tasting the language flavors everyone shared in the speeches. Now coming to the sweets that were tasty, Tarun used to spread color into their lives. Sneha had radiating joy and warmth. TMOD Neville had light up your life. Knock those doors, if they open, they open. That was a really great usage. Arna had light the stage on fire. Speaker 1 Soumya had drenched to the bone. Something profound ignited in me. Those were some good usages that I found, and like any chef would know that it is hard to specialize on your dish the first time. So coming to the sweets that needed a little extra touch, we had I had the pleasure to listening to. It should be I had the pleasure of listening to. Put on the mute. It should be mute your devices. Me and my family, and that should be my family and I. A pile of leaf, and that should be corrected into a pile of leaves. Didn't have had any expression. That should be the right usage is actually they didn't have any expression on their faces. So those were few nitpicks that I had to find so that I could fill up the report. But apart from that, we had a great sense of sweets in our languages, and that's about me for the grammarian report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. Now it's time to introduce Toastmaster Arna to conduct the listening activity for all of us.
Yeah. So, this, we will start with a quick game. I will be distributing 3 cards as done in the game Teen Patti. Whoever has the best deck wins. Now, yeah, but you have to get a question right for the deck to come. And since we are low on time, just shout out the answer and I will pick. Right? So, we always start dealing from the left. Oh, okay. Back on the stage. So, I will quickly deal 5 questions. So please be prepared. And I did it on my board. Yes. Okay. So the first question is, what was the question that Bulbul started the meeting with?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is it, sweet? That was sweet.
Come on. Okay. Yeah. So Arundhati, please collect your deck from the bench. The second question is,
What was the question?
what device did Akshay use to start this meeting? Yeah.
Microphone.
Yeah. What act of the puppy inspired Soumya to make it her purpose to help stray animals? Back.
You're giving up a
Yeah. Okay. What was the name of the auto driver that inspired Vishnu? First hand. Yeah. No? What?
The last one only.
Okay. Next question is, what was compared to the power cut by our amazing Pranjal in the CA? Yeah. Yeah. Before I finish the question, yeah. Oh my God. No, I don't think you can answer that. No. Yeah, okay, next question. What sweet did Ashwin use in his analogy as a grammarian? Yeah. Okay, we will have a quick reveal of cards. Just open them up.
I have 2 eggs. I win.
Yeah, I think Ashwin.
Yeah.
Ashwin
I
wins.
have 2 eggs.
What do you have?
I have 4 6.
No. Ashwin wins. So we have another applause for Ashwin. Yeah, okay. This is my time though, and I will pass it on to our presiding officer or a general narrator. What a chaotic game.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arna, for conducting the listening as well as the gaming activity. Now let's start off with the general evaluation report. I will start off with the Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Bulbul. Toastmaster Bulbul, the highlight of your essay address was you were confident and composed, started the meeting on a very high energy which rubbed off on the other role players who were coming after you. A special mention for the rapid fire quiz game which helped everyone energized as the meeting started. A couple of recommendations for you would be, I think you went overboard 3 minutes. So see how you can conduct the game in a shorter time duration. Maybe how about, what's the first word when you think, what's the first word which comes to your mind when I say this word, sweets, and you get the answers. Goddess, what's the first word which comes? So that will reduce, because majority of the time you were spending in reading out the question itself. The second one would be to add pauses and creating suspense when you are introducing the next role player. So when you were introducing Akshay, how about, ladies and gentlemen, the next person which I am going to introduce is the founder of our club. Pause. Then go to the left side, founder of Humble Bumble Club, the president, and then some other fact about that person. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toastmaster Akshay. So that will create the suspense about who is this next person going to be. The effect of the pauses at the right time. Next up, we have the President Toastmaster Akshay. The two highlights for me were, first one, welcoming the guests. You always make sure that the guests who are attending a Toastmasters meeting, they feel warm as well as welcome. And that was evident when you were interacting with them during the guest introduction, especially with the first guest, Tarun. He is a weather forecast, and I see that the forecast, he is going to have a sunny day, right? That kind of active listening, I'm sure that would have made him feel welcome today. The second one is the introduction of the Toastmaster of the day, Neville. I'm sure you would have felt so special when you were reading out, narrating his introduction, hyping him up while calling him out. So the way you called him up on the stage was top notch. Next up, Toastmaster of the day, Neville. The highlight for you would be the game which you conducted. I think that was a good networking game. During the break, I was seeing people going after others to get the signatures, and that was a good exercise for everyone to do networking during the break. So that was a good usage of the game and utilizing the theme as well. The second one is obviously the engagement and the interactiveness which you have shown during the entire session, especially by asking questions, telling relatable stories. And the third one would be your conclusion. After all this, you left us all with a message that this Diwali, let's spread happiness. So I think that was a perfect fitting to your TMOD address. One area of recommendation would be, I noticed at the start itself, you read out each and every content, rise and clean, pictures, firecrackers, everything. So maybe how about you spread out your content throughout the entire 30 minutes, which you have got. Maybe when you are introducing when you are segueing between the different speakers, how about introduce some element of Diwali? So that will help spread out the theme in the entire meeting. Next up, we have Toastmaster Pragati as the timer. Your highlight was obviously not for Pragati as well as all the Taggle role players, was how effectively they use the theme to introduce their roles. I think that was very colorfully done for all the 4 role players. So no recommendations from my side. Next up, we have our counter Pranjal, same highlight what was for Pragati. One recommendation would be, since you know that the R counter report is for only 2 minutes, so see how you can better manage your time, because reading out elaborate descriptions for each of the role players, while I appreciate that was very great, fresh, but doing it for all the 15 role players, that is not possible during the entire 2 minutes. So see how you can better manage your time next time. Grammarian Toastmaster Ashwin, same highlight as the other role players. 2 recommendations. The first one, when you are reading out the good usages, sometimes we may not know the meaning. For example, you use the phrase strength to the bone. I was not able to relate what does that mean. So how about when you are reading out the good usage, which is not common, how about you give the meaning, because that will help the audience remember that and they will be able to use that in future. The second one is that you missed out to say the word of the day count as well as the speaker, so something to note about in your future grammarian reports. Toastmaster Arna, listener, only one feedback would be, you have got only 2 minutes, so you have to premeditate if it is possible to conduct this activity in 120 seconds. So accordingly, you have to see if it is able to possible to do that kind of activity or not. So that's the only feedback for you. First speaker and evaluator combo, Soumya and Arundhati. Soumya, the plus point for you is your rich storytelling, the vivid storytelling which Arundhati already mentioned in her evaluation along with the examples. One recommendation from my side would be, if you are persuading someone, if you are giving a persuasion speech, I would have loved to know more about how did you develop that love for animals at the very first place, because that would have helped develop us emotional connect with the audience. Toastmaster Arundhati, no feedback. I appreciate and I really like the ordering of the recommendations from the top priority to the lower priority. So that's a good job. Next up, we have the prepared speaker and evaluator, Vishnu and Haripriya. Vishnu, the highlight for your speech was the message. The recommendation would be, it was also covered in Haripriya's evaluation, is that I would have loved to get into the details as to how that conversation changed your life. A very simple example would have been, when I was coming back from work, I was tensed. Office work sucked all my energy and I needed someone to talk to me to make me feel welcome. And that small gesture, that hello, that really changed my mood on that day, right? So these kind of detailing will help you elevate the impact of the message which you are giving to the audience. Then the final combination, Sampreet and Jitin. Sampreet, the only recommendation from my side would be the conclusion. So how about saying that there are times when you will feel that you are not prepared. At that point, you have to take the plunge and do that activity at that moment. Because if you wait for, you know what happened to me. The same can happen to you as well. Now this type of, if you wrap up your speech with this type of messages, that will register better on the audience mind. Next up, Table Topics Master, Sarthak. Good selection of topics. I think all the topics which you delivered were varied and rich. The only recommendation is, since there are guests, give examples of where table topics can help. Maybe in an interview, random conversation with a stranger, so that will help them relate better. Now I'll quickly go through all the 5 table topic speakers. Siddharth, to elevate your table topics, you can share a personal story which impacted you so that you are coming up with a message that you want to develop a firecracker without noise. What happened with you that you want this to happen? The second one, Abhishek. How did you get the idea of this movie? Something which happened to you and you want to spread the message, so that's why you are developing this movie. So sharing how did you get the idea of this movie, that would make your table topic rich. Sneha, I love the message, but I think the topic was share your life on the day of Diwali. So how about telling that someone purchased me from the market, then they cleaned me up, they put oil on me, and then they started decorating their house with me. So that will make the table topic more vivid. Ganesh, I don't have any recommendation. Fifth, Tarun, apologies, I was not able to catch up with your table topic, but I think the topic was that you have to tell one firecracker which you will burst out of the many, but it kind of deviated from the topic. So that's all from me, and I will now hand over the stage back to the president. But before that, we have to take our mobile phones and vote for the best role takers. So go to bit.ly/BHTM vote 2. So just replace 1 with 2 in the earlier voting link. bit.ly/BHTM vote VOTE 2. Please let me know if you are not able to type out the meeting link. I would be more than happy to repeat it again for all of you. You can vote for the best evaluator, best table topic speaker, best auxiliary role player. You can provide your meeting feedback, meeting rating, what went well in today's meeting, what do you think can be improved for the future meetings. Raise your hands up who have completed the voting.
Let's give it 60 more seconds. Everyone please vote. Please provide your feedback in the meeting as well.
Well, the results are now being tallied, and I will now hand over the stage back to our president, Toastmaster Akshay.
Okay, good evening everyone. How did you all like meeting number 6? I know there are a couple of guests who haven't had a chance to speak yet, so why don't we have maybe Mahim, right? If you could just share a few, Malim, yes, Malim, if you could share a few thoughts about your meeting today. Yeah, please, come here. There you go, Malim, right?
Yes, Malim.
Can I just
You can hold on.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Malim. This is my first time here. I've been to the other club couple of times. I think the best part about Toastmaster is that I think it's an open, it's a very welcoming club, right? We are all here to learn, improve our skills and everything. So I think I found this session to be very engaging. The people here, Haripriya, I've met her in the other club as well. So I see a couple of common faces here. It's been great, engaging. And I look forward to probably coming here a couple of times and see how it works out. I plan to join one of the clubs. I'm just evaluating one of the options. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Malim, correct? Thank you so much, and we hope you make a decision on which club to choose. You can either join HSR Toastmasters or you can make the right choice. On that note, let's announce the winners for meeting 6 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Starting with the best auxiliary role taker, the winner is Bright Heart Arna Gupta. Wonderful job. When you took out the cards and started distributing it, I got so much anxiety. I didn't know what was going to happen. Nonetheless, it panned out. Even though the results were a little unfair, one thing we can all say for sure, that was the most innovative, unique listener role I've ever seen anyone execute. Congrats once again. And here is your spoils of victory. Let's hear it for her once more. You can have it stand right there in that corner. Coming next to the best table topics speaker, and the winner is wrong certificate. And the winner of the best table topic speaker award for meeting number 6 is Bright Heart Sneha Masalkar. Congrats, Sneha. First of all, the enthusiasm you showed to get on stage, me, pick me. I really love the way you just rushed onto the stage, delivered a wonderful table topic speech. And again, it just goes to show, members, do not hesitate. Even guests, never hesitate when it comes to taking up table topic opportunities, because these are the opportunities that will transform you, right? These are the opportunities where you will learn the most. Sneha, once again, thank you for willingly taking up that topic. Wonderful job. And here is your reward. Thank you. We'll take one group photo at the end. Coming next to the best evaluator for meeting number 6, and the winner is distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu. Thank you so much. Today we have Arundhati dressed like a motichur laddu, but in addition to that, she had an evaluation which was just as sweet as a motichur laddu. Once again, you go and prove to everyone why you are a distinguished Toastmaster. I have nothing more to say, but congratulations, and just cross-check the certificate because I've been making a lot of mistakes today. Let's hear it for Arundhati Basu. The best primary role player for meeting 6 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is Toastmaster Neville Shah. Wonderful job, Neville. Fresh off the momentum of a wonderful performance. Again, no jokes aside, if you guys didn't see what Neville did last week at the area conference, it was nothing short of phenomenal. Love to see you coming back, capitalizing on that momentum and taking up these major roles once again. Wonderful job on elucidating on the theme of Diwali, and I can assure you that this is well deserved and the right certificate. Congratulations. I don't know what's wrong with me today. And finally, we have the best speaker. Before I announce that, I would like to give a special shout out to our VP head, who through deft tactics has now started to accommodate 3 prepared speeches per meeting, and this is our first meeting with 3 prepared speakers from Bright Heart. So let's hear it for that. Of course, excluding the marathon, but yes. The winner of the Best Prepared Speaker Award for meeting number 6 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is Toastmaster Vishnu Pradeep. Vishnu Pradeep, a friend to every Bright Heart auto driver, taxi driver, bus driver known to Bangalore. Love the charm, love the message, and I think it's a very unspoken message that sometimes the smallest conversations can lead to the biggest results, and sometimes it's just about how you feel, right? And that's a takeaway for all of us today who have attended. Ask yourself this: did you talk to a strange face today or not? If so, You have lived Vishnu's message through and through. Once again, congratulations. And let's get a quick group photo. If you can all, we can do it on Ashwin's phone. Yeah. So let's just quickly. Oh. Okay.
Yes, now there's enough space.
Ashwin is better than perfect.
Everyone say Diwali.
Diwali.
Thank you. Arun, please go to the laptop. Thank you so much. All right, we are 6 minutes over time. Apologies, this was our first time experimenting with 3 prepared speeches, so clearly something for us to go back to the drawing board with. That being said, do we have any major announcements? None, but there is one announcement that Basecamp is now up and running. It is back and up and running, so Arundhati and I will ensure that we are up to date with what's new with Basecamp, and we will ensure that all of you are also up to date with what's new in Basecamp. For all the bright hearts, you have to start marking your projects as complete on Basecamp, if that is pathway selection as well. So these are all things that Arundhati and I will intimate you on. Aside from that, we have no other major announcements, and on that note, I would like to declare meeting number 6 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Diwali Fiesta closed.